I say bitch too much.
And we're back here with the Lawrence Show. With Lawrence.
Ha!
With me, Rob. With the George.
That's me, the George.
And Yiffington.
Who's dead.
Who's apparently dead. Well, he'll
Also,
be back soon.
I'm just relaxing because I have nothing to do in this.
I'll give it time. Give it time, Iffy.
Yeah, don't worry. You're not safe
And
yet.
my voice, I don't actually sound like a high-pitched
I
moron.
mean, I'm not even upset. Doing Larry Butts hurts my throat, so.
Oh, you're not gonna have a good day, are you?
Witness. Well, I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt.
I would very much like to call your testimony to doubt.
You must give every detail with precision.
And grace.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with going along with this.
She said no, Judge. You have to respect it. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on the way back to the inner temple.
There seems a doubt has sprouted in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit.
Jesus Christ, Edgeworth is the most evil defense attorney I think I've ever had the fun of listening to.
I shall now bring out the watering can.
Comfy chair? Oh.
The comfy chair. Yes, the comfy chair.
Well, never ever say the term contradictory stimulation ever. That just sounds weird.
Contradictory stimulation. I am completely fucked up.
Contradictory stimulation sounds like the thing that Phoenix gets every time he points out a contradiction. He just like gets closer and closer.
I'm getting off this. Oh my god, that sounded so wrong.
After my bath.
Splish splash, I was taking the bath.
I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inn temple. As I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard.
I thought I said noose. I heard a noose.
Oh, Mr. Khalees, and there was that sword of all things. Mr. Khalees was standing in the corner of the room with faces...
Standing?
Staying in the corner of the corner room. I can't read today, really.
Nobody can.
Which faces onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
Pushed out of a window?
You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you?
Well, get that court record for me.
If I were in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Kammer whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court.
Freezer!
And me seeing it all from this very chair.
Do you reckon,
Please don't whip me.
do you reckon just like his eyebrows are like shifting up and down as he looks at Von Kammer?
Did we do
Whip
like,
Edgeworth!
I feel like we had this analogy earlier. Like,
well, something like that.
this judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe, which is not at all.
It's almost like they're the same person.
I would look at the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth.
Calling everyone by their full name, can't you do something about that habit of yours?
No!
Bitch! I think, Rob, can you check that court record again, please?
What do you want to look at?
I want to check the autopsy.
Blood fell from a stab in back, body fell
10 feet. How
after
big?
death.
How tall is the building?
I don't think there's no statement for that, but...
Yeah, we'll
One
go to the
moment.
same for that. I want to see how tall that building is.
This is
So,
wrong.
wait, how... Well, I meant, like, Caused loss of blood from stab in the back. Body fell 10 feet after death. There you go, yeah, there. Impressive logic! More credits. As I'd like to say, anyway.
Miles Edgeworth, impressive logic.
Impressive logic.
Oh, please do, my brain is something else, especially in the winter.
Slush, apparently.
However, I think you're overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you please be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report?
Repeat it yourself, you bitch! But okay.
No, I am lazy and I cannot read today.
Okay.
I clearly prove it.
The autopsy report?
The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was post-mortem.
No, you know, that's fair. That's basically exactly the same thing.
I mean...
Ah!
That's right, it says after death right here.
No, it's post-mortem, I just said. I'm not dyslexic, you're not dyslexic. Saying the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. Did the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard? How did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
Ah!
What the fuck is this shit?
Whack! Order.
Stop playing Terraria random personal Steam.
The victim was killed and then fell.
I can't even read the name because it's so bad quality of text.
If that's the case, then
Okay,
the
sir.
victim must have been killed in her room, don't you agree?
That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room, and she was then thrown out of her window into the courtyard below.
Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Stone's room? She was stabbed with a sword. How did the blood stain, would you agree? Where's the giant red spot on the floor?
Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Wait, stop.
No traces of blood were found in the victim's room.
Your weapon just caused traces of my blood to be found on the floor. It's playoff.
It's it's very...
However, hang on a second.
I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood.
When it produces the most blood.
But will it still produce a small trace amount of blood?
Very small trace amounts of blood, but it would be on the blade and nowhere else. A blood spurt would not occur, for example. It's perfectly possible that I could stab someone through the back and then push them out the window before blood gets on anything inside the room.
Fair enough.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood will be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
Indeed. When the weapon is still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound.
That's true. If the weapon's still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. Perfectly reasonable line of thinking.
We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions.
I mean, bitch.
Whack, whack, whack! Order. I must admit that this is a probable version of events.
I expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. What? What's so funny, Rob?
It seems.
Yeah. What's so funny?
Nothing, it's fine.
I heard that snicker though.
Yeah, let me
He's thinking
snicker.
something sexual again.
I'm allowed to snicker.
I think he's thinking something sexual again, guys.
Ooh. That we need to clear a testimony from the witness. Remove all
Supposition.
supposition on your part and then tell us only the truth. Please. Witness, please remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now,
Leave me alone.
just because I'm short. The weight of the winter snow has bent me out of shape.
You're in a fucking courtroom.
Especially my back and my mood.
Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
Ooh.
With the whip? Oh,
Oh boy. Alright.
it's not even her who does it. I don't think.
Nope.
Stay.
Believe it's Gumshoe.
Hey George, you give a mean backshot for it.
Oh no. When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place.
Where's the shield?
Good question. Think about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mr. Galise. I've never seen so much blood before. It's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I woke, Mr. Kami was stabbing Mr. Galise through the back.
Army, what the fuck?
This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory.
Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth.
The fuck's a karma? Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that.
Well, a comma, Lawrence, is a is a pause at the end of a clause.
Yeah, and this fist is going right in your face.
Alright, let's see. What's the contradiction? Well, I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Think about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mr. Galise. Okay. I've never seen so much blood before. So when I fainted, you can't blame me, can you? When I awoke, Mr. Gummy was stabbing Mr. Galise at the back.
There wasn't that much blood.
The sword was already in place, apparently,
Yeah,
but she'd never seen so...
when
Okay,
the sword get drawn
let's
out.
ask about the blood.
So you're saying that the sword... Yeah. You're saying that you start fixing this blood. Just calm the fuck up. You got this. Many times. I fucking got it. I'm gonna fucking try.
Lawrence pointing himself, you're gonna get in there, you're gonna say that line, and you're gonna say it perfectly.
So, you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? I did it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's right. So it's
Ow.
so it's splattered onto Iris too.
I planted my hand to shock my arm in such a way that I think my hand's all fuzzy now.
When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing usually folded in the corner.
What? A coat of blood thickets as well?
Seems to be quite conclusive to me.
What should I do? Press this point further? Yes.
Of course.
Going back to your previous statements, you said that you saw the little bleeding. You saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding.
Well, I say that what I saw was what I saw. Then what did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day.
Pulling the sword out.
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like came out. Whack. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important?
More important than you can imagine. Okay, present.
Smoothly drawn out. That's impossible.
With a stupid ass sword like this.
Look at this fucking thing.
Sister Bikini, you're a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so, but there are too many contradictions here.
What do you mean? You make this sound for I'm a liar.
No, you're just a
I'm
shit
not
witness.
calling you a truther.
But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you.
Ah, yes, the pussy
I
privilege.
love fucking lie.
Gumshoe, the Glock.
Yes, sir.
What contradictions are you talking about? The only contradiction I see is that you're a handsome young man.
Gumshoe,
Destroyed.
the second Glock.
Already got you covered, sir.
In the scene that the witnesses claim to have seen... Witnesses, whoops. The weapon was thrust up into his hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly. from the body. However, both these are complete impossibilities.
Whack! What do you mean?
Explain yourself!
To start with, do you think it's possible to stab someone with the hilt of this? No matter how I look at the defendant, he doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Objection. It doesn't appear? What meaningless dribbling? I too may appear to be weak and frail.
I mean, you are.
But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep should I so choose.
Yeah, but you're still technically weak and frail in terms of your body.
Yeah, but you suck. The objection stands.
You have to stand there. Like, was that how much panic was in that one?
I whipped a little back there, I must admit.
That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body to the hilt, well, just look at the fucking thing. Look at the branches. It's still going to come out smoothly.
That's...
We also have the problem with the amount of bleeding. It's true that when the blade is left in the body, it acts like a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop all the bleeding.
Objection. That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shitty shito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
Oh, Von Karma, why must you keep making me go on like this?
Also,
I'm not finished.
It's a logical fallacy as well.
I'm not finished.
She's claiming that, like, because they're disagreeing on whether or not it did something, the truth must be in the middle, and that therefore supports her point. That's not how this works.
There is still one more conclusive contradiction.
You've still got more?
Yeah, the amount of blood on the blade.
This one is simple. If this sword was really thrust all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it, like I keep sucking saying?
Just the tip.
PG tips. I don't know, like the logo is slogan. If the witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood on the entire length of the sword.
No!
Wow, what fucking bullshit! I never just a starting.
What? Come on!
You didn't get to whack that time.
Bravo, Miles Edgeworth! Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that.
But what does this all mean, and what does it have to do with whipping me? You've proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but
my face is still bleeding red. Having come this far, I know you'd be one answer.
And that is?
The weapon used to kill the victim was not the shitty Shito.
Nani?
It was too shitty to do that.
A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool.
Let's examine this again. With the less fools in the sentence. What was it that made us think that the sword was the murderer?
The fool!
Well,
Von Karma, bad.
It's not my voice. It's because Mr. Camille was holding it.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, and that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the shitty Shito was the murder weapon.
Whack, whack, whack! Order. Come.
So maybe the shitty Shito was not the murder weapon.
Well, George,
even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object.
It's true.
This testimony gets foggier and foggier every single time Von Karma interjects.
Your response, Mr. Edgeworth?
Bitch, please.
Good point.
If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises.
The obvious question.
Where the fuck is the sword-like object?
Yes, namely, Where did the real murder weapon disappear to?
There you go.
It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if the sword-like object was found.
That's...
Answer the question, Miss Von Kammer.
Well, whack you
no evidence of that kind was found, but you could have tossed it in the river.
Judge, prepare the whack.
Oh, I am. Another mystery to throw onto the pile.
The whack.
My gavel was feeling really heavy this time of year.
Especially in winter.
My winter's making my arm very heavy.
When the judge looks like that, like I know it's not calling a stream, but he has like white lines on his face to make it look like he's crying.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
A trial of outer murder weapon is a tricky. Oh. Excuse me, can I say something? I just remembered something, actually.
What is it, sister?
I was just thinking it's possible that just maybe what happened was it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? The murder weapon, I mean, maybe. I think it might know where the sword was disposed of. Oh my word.
What? 1, 2, 3.
Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister.
Why do you sound like creepy? Impossible! Well, what could a woman seen?
Location of the weapon.
Shitting himself face.
Sorry? Was that wrong?
Location of the weapon.
I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking if it was to be reported, I went out of the main gate.
Out of the main gate.
And there, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used.
The Batmobile.
It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 in one of those.
One of those bad boys.
Maybe they threw the weapon into the Eagle River and then came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all.
The important question is that snowmobile insured?
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. Or with my back and my age, you know.
You can't hide behind that now.
You calling me old?
Quite.
Yes.
There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph.
Why is it only one set of tracks?
Look at this photograph.
There's actually 2.
What tire tracks?
No, there's 2 tracks in general.
I there's 2 tracks, I meant there's only one set of tire tracks.
Anyway, George.
A snowmobile, eh? I see, well, it certainly is an interesting theory.
The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes?
A snowmobile.
The Eagle River's cover is quite swift, meaning it doesn't freeze over in the winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon.
Did he really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Whack! Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
Sure, after my nap.
No.
I'm tired of your bullshit, so I need one. But here's the thing: there's no 2 sets of tracks. Like you just see one going forward or going back, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that you're full of shit. And also that the snowmobile was used in the night of the murder.
You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Mars Edgeworth.
However, if what the witness says is true, why is there only one set of tracks?
Oh shit, he was right. I thought it was something more to do with the footsteps.
No, I was correct.
What do you mean?
Iris let Hasbro Temple threw the weapon into the river and then returned. If this was the case, there should now be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
You're right.
You are forgetting one thing, Mars Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes a precious contradiction, now doesn't it?
I see.
What was that noise? Well, that voice is like, I'm swearing is what that sounded like.
Oh, I have my mouth in front of my face, that's why.
You have your
Only
mouth
quality,
Sorry, slow down. You have your mouth in front of your face.
My hand in front of my face, I meant to say. I was thinking my hand in front of both my mouth and my face.
Sometimes he
So
just
I-
dislodges his mouth just so he can clean it sometimes, you know?
I am Snake Man.
Anyway, carry on your line, George.
Well, I can't now, can I? I see. When she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
What do you have to say now, bitch?
Oh no.
Is there a flaw in her theory? The idea that the snowfall code one set of tracks
There's a
is
contradiction.
utterly bullshit. Call me a bitch, will you? Well, that's not a nice word. The tracks to the river because like snow was a nice theory. Let me shatter both. However, Miss Von Karma, it is impossible.
Would you care to explain? Why, there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction. I am offended.
No need. The M's will do all the talking for me.
Whack! The night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary.
What's the report again?
Oh, well, do we have a weather report? Hold on.
Yes, we do. Next page.
Next page. Oh, that's the autopsy. Weather data. Original weather report for the night of the crime. Test the checkpoint for details.
Snow 7 to 10:50 approx. 9
10
stuck
to
broken bridge at
approx.
10:45.
Around 30 minutes passed before the fire starting and going out.
And what time was the murder again?
The murder was at 10 to 11 p.m. It's possible that it could have been snow.
I think that.
Oh no,
was
wait!
the
It was It was after the murder, so it had to be after 11 p.m., which meant that they couldn't be snowing.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do this.
Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Of course. This means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. Look at this graph. Sorry.
For those line.
No, it's just a bit of a blur. It is the weather report for the... Oh, fucking kill me. Is the weather report for the Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder?
The weather report.
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m, but it stopped at around 10:50.
Oh shit.
Therefore, I'll go have a fuss, fuck your mother, and to end my statement, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m,
Saved yourself there, Lawrence.
the snow had already stopped falling. It's possible for any snow tracks that have been made after that time to be covered up. So is that what?
Sucks to have my job, doesn't it, Lawrence?
What?
Being the main character.
What, just making random bullshit lines?
No, it's just because you trip up a lot. It's just like, well, this is the shit I have to deal with.
You better go hitherto there fuss and knock your mother.
Order, order. Very well then.
Hey, look, you actually managed to say order without getting whipped.
Yes, I managed to say my entire life.
No, Josh. Let's all take a minute to appreciate this. Okay, a minute's over.
Good. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in.
Well, let's hope it gets snowed out by the time that we're back, because we're out of here. We'll see you next time.